One football match was so shocking that fans cried, players broke down, and an entire nation was left traumatized. A match where the world's most successful football nation was completely destroyed on its own soil. And the most unbelievable part, the game was practically over before the first half had even ended. This is the story of Brazil versus Germany in the 2014 FIFA World Cup semi-final, a match that football fans will never forget. Brazil's dream. The year was 2014. The FIFA World Cup had returned to Brazil for the first time in 64 years. Football isn't just a sport in Brazil, it's a religion. Millions of fans believed this was their moment. Winning the World Cup at home would erase decades of disappointment. The entire nation was behind the team. But just before the semi-final, disaster struck. Brazil's biggest star, Neymar, suffered a serious injury against Colombia and was ruled out of the tournament. Team captain Thiago Silva was also suspended. Despite these setbacks, Brazilian fans remained confident. After all, they were playing at home, and nobody expected what Germany was about to do. The first half nightmare. The match began at the Mineirão Stadium in Belo Horizonte. The crowd was loud and full of hope, but in the 11th minute, Germany scored. Thomas Müller was left completely unmarked during a corner kick and calmly put the ball into the net. Brazil was behind 1-0. Not ideal, but still manageable. Then came 6 minutes that changed football history forever. In the 23rd minute, Miroslav Klose scored Germany's second goal. With that goal, Klose became the highest goal scorer in World Cup history. Before Brazil could even react, Toni Kroos scored Germany's third goal in the 24th minute. Just 1 minute later, Kroos scored again. The score was now 4-0. Brazil's defense had completely collapsed. The players looked lost. The fans were stunned. Then, in the 29th minute, Sami Khedira scored Germany's fifth goal, 5-0. After only 29 minutes, the stadium fell silent. Some fans cried. Others couldn't even look at the pitch. Nobody could believe what they were seeing. Complete destruction. Brazil somehow survived until halftime. But the nightmare wasn't over. Germany continued dominating possession and creating chances. Brazil tried to attack, but left huge spaces at the back. In the 69th minute, André Schürrle scored Germany's sixth goal. The Brazilian players looked exhausted and broken. Then, in the 79th minute, Schürrle struck again with a powerful finish, 7-0. A World Cup semi-final had turned into a training session. Every German attack looked dangerous. Every Brazilian mistake was punished. The scoreboard looked unreal. Many fans around the world thought there must be a mistake. But it was real. Brazil was losing 7-0 at home. The final whistle. In the 90th minute, Oscar scored a consolation goal for Brazil. The score became 7-1, but nobody celebrated. The damage had already been done. Moments later, the referee blew the final whistle. Germany 7, Brazil 1. One of the greatest football nations in history had suffered the worst defeat in its World Cup history. German players celebrated respectfully. They knew they had witnessed something extraordinary. Meanwhile, Brazilian players collapsed on the field in tears. The match became known as the Mineirão, a word that still brings painful memories to Brazilian fans. Even today, when football fans hear 7-1, they immediately think of this match. Germany went on to defeat Argentina in the World Cup final and lift the trophy. Brazil eventually recovered and rebuilt its team, but the scars of that night remain. Football has seen many upsets. Football has seen many surprises, but few moments have shocked the world like Brazil's 7-1 defeat to Germany. It wasn't just a loss. It was a moment that changed football history forever.